Hold, Gareth! What are you doing here in Crittenden? What brings you so far from Camelot in the middle of the night?
Sir Garland, I just...
You little weasel. What are you up to? Scurrying about in the dark. And what's that you're hiding there?
Nothing? I don't know what you mean.
Come on. Out with it, man.
Stand clear, Camelot swine. You're trespassing, and you'll both have to be taught a severe lesson. Come on, Morgan's waiting.
We are soldiers of Crittenden, trained as fighting men. But my friends, what purpose have we anymore? I ask you, what good is a fighting man in a place now ruled by the gutless ideals of Arthur's Camelot? The man is weak, and our leaders are weak for having pitched in with his cowardly notions of peace and non-violence.
Morgan!
Did you bring it?
Everything's there, Morgan. Garrison strength, troop movements, all Arthur's plans for the Saxon shore.
Perfect. This is just what we needed.
You should know our little friend here was followed by 2 of Arthur's men. But not to worry, Morgan. We took care of them.
What use is a mole who can't burrow without being seen? Watch yourself, Gareth, or you'll be soon swinging on the gallows. My fellow patriots, I have most welcome news. Here in my hand is the very instrument of Arthur's undoing. We will deliver this to Mordred, our glorious and future king.
Mordred! Mordred! Mordred!
Mordred. The name haunts me now, more than ever. Why did I ever allow him back into my kingdom?
Please, Arthur, why do you torment yourself? Mordred is gone. You sent him away.
But did the seed take root, Gwyn? I fear he's contaminated the garden. And even now, the weeds begin to spread.
You worry too much, my love. Stop brooding. Come to the window. I want you to see something. Look, there in the courtyard. Aleta and Valiant. There's so much in love. Doesn't it remind you of us when we were young, Arthur?
When our lives were less complicated, our troubles were few, and my enemies were not legion.
What is it, Arthur? Tell me, what's wrong?
I'm just tired, Gwyn, that's all. I find the weight of the reality of Camelot far heavier than the dream of it I carried as a young man.
Begging your majesty's pardon. You wish to see us, my lord?
Yes, Sir Bryant. I'll meet you and Sir Gawain at the round table within the hour. And bring Valiant from the courtyard. I need to speak with him as well.
I love it here in Camelot, Valiant. So different from the Misty Isles. So beautiful, so tranquil. I can't imagine a place I'd rather spend the rest of my life. I only wish I could stay.
What do you mean? This is where you belong, with me.
Oh, Valiant. There's nothing in this world I would cherish more, but...
But what?
Valiant! Come, the king wants a word with you.
Go ahead. We'll talk later.
Be seated, gentlemen. This is not a time for formality, but for straightforward talk among trusted friends.
What is it, your majesty?
Rebellion, Gawain. I fear there is rebellion brewing in Crittenden.
But Crittenden is a Camelot protectorate. Have swords been raised against us, my lord?
No, nothing quite as bold thus far, Bryant. But make no mistake, insurrection is on the wind. It had been heard in idle conversation, read in the anxious looks of the soldiers there. It has been so ever since Mordred last visited Camelot. And there is more. 2 of our knights have disappeared, and I hear rumors of secret meetings in Crittenden. But there is also disturbing news from closer to home. It concerns the Princess Alita.
Your Majesty?
Are you aware she has booked passage on a merchant vessel bound for the Misty Isles, Valiant?
But that's not possible.
Nevertheless, it's true. She sails 2 days hence. Why do you suppose the princess would make such an abrupt departure for her homeland?
I couldn't say, Your Majesty.
I must ask you to be cautious with the girl, Valiant. Listen to her words and watch your own. Whatever she is to you, she remains King Hugo's daughter. And Hugo is a bitter man who still conspires with Mordred to destroy me. Do you understand?
Yes, my lord.
I'm sorry, Valiant. These are fragile times in our kingdom, and we must step most carefully.
I've been looking all over for you, Valiant. I waited in the garden for the longest time before... What's wrong? Why are you so grim?
Why have you decided to go back to the Misty Isles?
How did you know?
Why, Alita?
Because I can never be happy here with you in Camelot until I've made peace with my father. You told me you once parted from your father in anger, just as I did. Well, like you, I have a need to return and make things right. Would you deny me that, Valiant?
I would. Yes, I would if my father was plotting with Mordred to destroy this kingdom. This place you claim to love so well.
Don't you think if anyone could turn him from that reckless course, it would be me?
Please don't go.
Dear Valiant, I must. But it's not forever. No power in this world could keep me from returning to you.
I fear that once you're gone, I'll never see you again. You won't come back! You'll never come back!
You shouldn't do this, Valiant. It's too dangerous.
How else am I to find out if Alita is still loyal to her father's ideals? And whether or not she's a part of Mordred's new dawn, just as he is. If I find this traitor's nest in Crittenden, it won't take long to discover if the Princess Alita is among them.
And what if after you have found them, they suspect your intentions? They'll kill you.
I have to know, Arn. I must know. Not only for Camelot, but for myself. Go, Caliban! Here!
I don't recall inviting anyone in.
I have news, Morgan.
This had better be important.
You've been trying to figure a way to get those documents to Sir Mordred. I think I may have found the answer.
Well, what is it?
I was speaking with a spice merchant this morning, and he told me some most interesting news. It seems Arthur has a royal guest lodging at the castle, a certain Aleta, Princess of the Misty Isles.
King Hugo's daughter. She's still in Camelot.
Yes, but not for long. In 2 days, she sails back to the Misty Isles.
Right to the place where Mordred is camped.
I knew you'd be pleased.
This is welcome news indeed, Fergus. What better courier could we ask for than Hugo's own daughter? But how do we get the plans to her?
That's already been taken care of. Our friend Gareth will enter the castle and hand them over tonight.
Better take another man and go with him. We can't chance that bumbling fool making a mess of things. Not now. Not when we are so close to helping put Mordred on the throne of Camelot.
I've often wondered how a servant manages to sneak around this castle and eavesdrop without being seen.
I found these tunnels years ago when I was a boy. As far as I knows, no one else is aware they exist. Down this way.
Don't be alarmed, Princess. You're among friends.
What is it you want?
We share your father's dream of deposing King Arthur. We've come to ask a favor that will further our common purpose. This document contains information vital to our cause. When you return to the Misty Isles, we ask you to see that it is placed in Sir Mordred's hand. Will you do that for us, Princess? For the future of the New Dawn and of Camelot.
For the future of the New Dawn? Of course. I'll be sure this is properly disposed of.
Thank you, milady. Thank you. Your help is most appreciated.
Anything for a worthy cause.
Sir Bryant.
What are you doing there? Who are you? Guards! Guards!
This way.
Stop them!
If it's a fight they want, it's a fight they'll get!
Help!
Come and have at us, friend.
Nothing would give me greater pleasure. You're next, friend.
Idiot, get us out of here!
Spineless worm, stand and fight! Blast! You can't hide! Not in here! Where the blazes did they go?
I ask you, how great is a ruler who refuses to lift his sword? Is that a fit man to rule? Well, am I right, innkeeper? Do paper treaties keep an enemy at bay? Or is something more substantial required? Something like this. Sharp iron, my good man. Now there's a language any enemy can understand.
Excuse me, friend, but what business have you in Crittenden other than to speak ill of the King of Camelot?
My business is my own, sir. And so is my tongue. How I speak is no concern of yours.
Relax, you're among friends in this shire. My name is Sir Fergus, and you are?
Sir Lionel of Chelmsford, a questing knight in the service of Duke Griswold.
We think alike, Sir Lionel, and there are others who feel the same. Come with me and I'll introduce you to them.
Peace through strength. That is Mordred's way, the way of the new dawn. The only way this kingdom or any other can hope to survive.
Of course, you're right, Sir Morgan, but what good is all this talk of putting Mordred on the throne? The way I hear it, the man is halfway around the world in the Misty Isles.
Only long enough to assemble his army, Sir Lionel. But he'll be returning soon enough once he has the plans.
Plans?
Plans for the taking of Arthur's castle.
You see, Lionel, Arthur will soon be emptying half his garrison for a peace mission to the Saxon shore. Once his men have marched, the castle becomes vulnerable. At Mordred's word, soldiers of the New Dawn will slip into Arthur's castle through a secret passage, eliminate the remaining guards, and welcome Mordred home with open gates.
But how will you be able to get these plans to Mordred?
Oh, we have a most reliable courier. The daughter of the king who rules the Misty Isles.
The Princess Aleta.
You're quite certain she has agreed to this?
She took the plans from my own hand. She leaves tomorrow on a merchant vessel.
So you see, Sir Lionel, the wheels of destiny have already begun to turn. Now, tonight you'll meet the rest of our merry group. I think you'll be most impressed by their caliber. Good fighting men, all. Until then, rest yourself. My castle is yours.
This I cannot believe. It just isn't possible.
I understand, Your Majesty. I felt the same. But I know this young squire, and I've never known him to speak falsely. Go on, Eric. Tell the king what you heard.
It's true, Your Majesty. I was passing through Crittenden and was staying at the inn when Sir Valiant came for breakfast. He spoke against you.
Are you sure it was Valiant, lad? Quite sure?
Yes, Your Majesty. I'm sorry.
And, my lord, the man this boy described with Valiant, he seems to fit the look of one of those scoundrels I chased from the castle last night.
Perhaps the Princess Aleta has had some hand in this, my lord. A young man in love is sometimes easily swayed.
I don't understand what's happening. There's something very wrong here.
What would you have us do, Your Majesty?
I want you to go to Crittenden and find Valiant. Follow him without his knowing. See where he leads us. And pray to God it's not to some traitor's den.
The Romans once bathed here. I find it somehow fitting that the new empire should be born upon the ruins of the old.
Fetch Bryant, boy. Tell him to come quickly.
Yes, my lord.
Gentlemen, I'm pleased to announce that Sir Mordred will soon be in possession of our plans for invasion. Until he sends word, we must all be patient. The new dawn lies just ahead. And now I would like you all to welcome another member to our fold, Sir Lionel of Chelmsford.
Sir Lionel? What's this? Fergus, what's he doing here?
Who, you mean Sir Lionel?
Lionel? That is Valiant, one of Arthur's knights.
Valiant. Are you certain?
Of course. He sits in a seat of honor at the round table.
Morgan, a word with you. Well, there it is. It's the two of them, all right. Morgan, look who's here.
I promised you I would dispose of this properly, and so I shall.
Plans? What are you doing?
Anything to help the cause.
You must be mad.
One of us certainly is. Listen to me, all of you. I know how you see King Arthur. You see him through the same eyes as my father and Mordred. Like them, you believe a man's worth is best measured by whom he conquers and how much blood is spilled doing it. Well, I say this. It takes more strength for a man to sit and talk with his enemy than it does to raise a sword and strike him down.
What should we do, Morgan?
Shut her up!
Mordred is not worthy of your support. He'll destroy Camelot. You champion the wrong man.
This woman knows our plans, knows who we are and where we meet. I say she's dangerous. She cannot be allowed to leave this place alive. Sir Lionel, step forward. If you are truly loyal to our cause, prove it now and deal with this woman by putting her to death. Do your duty, Sir Lionel.
Come on, Bryant. Where the blazes are you, man?
Do it, Sir Lionel. Do it now.
No. I cannot.
I thought as much. Then it is King Arthur you serve after all. Prince Valiant?
Stay behind me.
Get them!
Up on the pedestal.
Gawain. Pardon me, gentlemen, but may I play too?
Gawain!
have to go.
Alita, what would you say if I asked you to marry me?
Are you asking me, Valiant?
Yes.
Ask me again when I return, my prince.
But
I promise my answer will be yes.
I don't want you to leave me, Alita.
No matter where I go, I'll always be with you, Valiant. Always.
Away all lines!
Goodbye, my love.
I'll always be with you,